So I noticed a lot of you are probably just getting back into skateboarding after not having skated for many years, or you're coming back into skating off of an injury. Personally, this is my first time back on the board after 3 weeks of not skating after a rib injury. So I'm going to kind of walk you through my process and walk you through kind of like what I do to like make sure that I get on the board and have like the right mindset and confidence so that I don't like push myself too much and then get hurt again. And also to make sure that I'm patient with myself so that I'm not pushing myself thinking I could do tricks that I used to be able to do. So I'm gonna warm up and then we'll kind of walk you through what I'm talking about. Now, your warm up might look different depending on how long you haven't skated for or what your injury was. But for me, I'm literally just gonna kind of push around, do some kick turns, maybe do some shove-its to start. But the main focus here is really just like rebuilding that confidence, especially with some falls that can like break you down mentally where all you can really think about is that fall. It's important to kind of slowly break that down because like you don't want to go into a trick without full commitment and think about that injury. You want to ease into it. And for people who aren't injured and just kind of getting back into skating, it's important to remember to like be patient with yourself. You're not going to be able to jump on the board and do the tricks you used to do back when you were a kid or back when you used to skate. So take your time, be patient with yourself, and just kind of enjoy the little things. Enjoy just pushing around and just being back on the board. That's ultimately the most important step. So I'm gonna just kind of roll around and just feel it out. I really want to skate this curb. It's kind of what has been on my mind lately and why I kind of came to the school. So the trick that I actually bailed on and hurt my rib was a front 50-50 on a ledge. So if you did fall and are kind of wanting to like regain that confidence to do that trick again, if it's something like you did on a bigger ledge, like for me, let me try and put this in words that make sense. So basically, I bailed on a ledge, so I'm gonna go and try the same trick on a curb to kind of rebuild that confidence. And even if you have to like go slow at it and take your time, ultimately the purpose of that is to like reconquer that fear, because a lot of the times it's more of a mental block that you won't want to do that specific trick. And it really depends on the trick and what you were trying. So like, don't go and like try that same trick again right after an injury is what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is like really start with the basics and take your time and be patient, because if you want to like continue skating and like plan to skate for a long time as far as like longevity goes, yeah, be patient with yourself. Let's skate some more. Let's do some more tricks. Woo, I'm all right. It's only been 3 weeks, and like you'd think, oh, it's only been 3 weeks off the board, like no big deal. But like, to be honest, even trying some of my basic tricks, I feel like just a bit of a lack of confidence and like commitment when I'm going to do the trick, because the back of my mind I'm thinking about my rib, because it is slightly painful even to like crunch into like doing like a nollie on flat, which is kind of annoying. So I know that I need more time to heal and that like I need to be patient with myself. So I'm really not going to push myself today and try anything out of the ordinary. But yeah, another thing I wanted to say is like, so before your injury, maybe you were like trying out new tricks or like in the process of like trying harder tricks or learning new tricks. It's important to take in consideration that like when you get back on the board, it's okay that you're not going to be able to do those tricks right away. Like focus on your basics, build that special meter, right? So like I said, build that confidence, do the tricks you know you can do or know that are within reach. That way you can kind of walk away from your skate session feeling like you've accomplished something and that it was worth it. Because like ultimately you go in and try the tricks you were trying before you were injured and that are just out of reach, you might walk away frustrated and maybe even more injured. So I'm trying to remember that as I skate. But let's get some more slappy nose slides. I feel like I can do it better. Oh my God. Fuck me, man. Ah, all right. Another lesson learned, guys. So I just like missed my footing on that front ollie, or I just missed my footing on that front 50 and like missed the front truck and had to essentially like dive forward. And because of that, I like crunched in and it hurt quite a bit. So that's a life lesson there, you know, like I like talked myself into going skating and making a video because I mean, I miss skating and I feel like physically I'm like almost there, you know, and like I can skate, you can see that. But when those situations happen where like it's a slight kind of like I'm just crunching a little bit and that like really upset my my intercostal muscles. So that's another thing. Like if you're considering skateboarding but you feel like you're still kind of injured, like be patient. Take your time. Don't do what I just did. Take that as a lesson. That yeah, just give yourself that time to like properly heal because ultimately your body's going to thank you in the long run because you're going to be able to go out and skate to more of your full strength when you actually do go out there. And remember to do physio. If you can't afford physio, there's plenty of, I'm sure, resources out there. There's a few guys on Instagram and YouTube that are putting out kind of content to help you with certain exercises to get you strong enough to skateboard. I know a lot of guys deal with like lower back pain or like hip flexors or tight quads. So there's a lot of like different strength training and like exercises out there to help you with that kind of stuff. Kind of on a ramble here. That was kind of painful, but I'm gonna push through it and yeah, not listen to my own advice. And by push through it, I mean I'm just gonna do some flat ground, some basic stuff. I feel like that's kind of more of the level I'm at right now, just some flat ground stuff, because like jumping on a curb, there's just a little bit of risk factor involved. And I think it really comes down to just like my confidence level. I'm just not there yet. And that like kind of sucks because I feel like before I was injured, I was like the strongest and like best I've ever been on my board. So it's a little frustrating to be honest, but one step at a time, that's all I could do. So let's do some kickflip because I feel like I could do some kickflips. Let's see how the first kickflip goes. First kickflip. Not bad, I'll take that. I'll take it. Do a few more kickflips. Oh, rocket flip. That's what I don't want to do. That's the one I wanted. Another thing that like might help you get back on the board is like going to skate somewhere that's like kind of quiet and there's no one else there. Because sometimes like being around people that are like skating really quick or at a skate park, that can kind of like vibe you out and make you feel like, I don't know, either intimidated or just like not wanting to be around people because maybe you're not feeling 100% on your board, you're not feeling confident enough. So like because you feel that way on your board, you might feel that way like overall mentally and you might not want to be around other people. That's kind of how I feel right now, to be honest. Like even filming right now is a bit difficult, but I'm kind of pushing through and trying to share as much as possible because I think it's important because I think like, I'm sure there's a lot of you out there that are going through a similar situation. So yeah, as far as skating goes, I'm going to call it right there. I might skate a little bit more, but I'm not going to film it just because like, I feel like I want to just like flow and not have to worry about like the camera angle, like talking to you guys and all that. It's a lot to think about, you know, like especially like coming back from an injury to have to like, yeah, just think about all those things. It's a lot to think about. So I feel like I'm going to leave you guys with that. And yeah, I just want to say thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. I feel the love. I really do. Especially when like comes to like the comments below and whatnot. Yeah, that's it. I'm going to skate a little bit, not film it. Hope you guys are having fun out there. And ultimately, I hope you're injury free and progressing on your skateboard. And if you are getting back on the board for the first time in a very long time, yeah, just be patient with yourself and know that you can do it. All right, peace.